Global eCTD 4.0 mandates and relentless manufacturing variations are now driving regulatory complexity to an absolute breaking point. Relying on disconnected tracking spreadsheets and scattered email threads creates massive compliance risks. To manage this volume reliably, teams need a single, unified source of truth. To keep pace, we have to move past treating Vault as a passive repository for finished files. It becomes an active engine where planning, authoring, and tracking all happen in a single connected thread. Setting up a new marketing application begins by creating the foundational application and submission objects in the system. This generates a Submission Content Plan, or SCP. Think of the SCP as a living blueprint for your dossier, replacing static tracking spreadsheets with an interactive checklist. For this plan to work, every single document placeholder requires a specific named author and a precise due date. You define exactly who is responsible and when it is due right at the start. As authors check in version-controlled files, Vault matches those uploaded documents directly to assigned SCP placeholders without manual intervention. Because the system tracks this dynamically, management can instantly monitor the exact ratio of draft, in review, and approved documents from a single dashboard. Tying the SCP directly to the actual files eliminates the risk of missing components. When you are ready to file, you know the submission package is completely assembled. Once documents are authored, they are routed through electronic review and approval workflows entirely within the system. As those individual documents are approved, the system incrementally builds the eCTD package. This continuous publishing approach prevents the massive assembly bottlenecks that usually happen at the end of a project. When configuring the output, the publishing version can be easily switched from standard eCTD 3.2.2 packages to the mandatory new eCTD 4.0 formats, automatically exposing the required structured data fields. The system then runs a built-in technical validation, automatically scanning the compiled package to catch structural errors before the agency ever sees it. Finally, you submit the validated dossier to global agency gateways directly from the Vault interface, completely bypassing the need for third-party routing tools. By removing the manual handoffs between authors and publishers, this loop allows for a rolling submission process that can cut the time between database lock and filing by over 50%. After submission, the operational discipline shifts to the review process. Every health authority query must be entered into the system as a distinct object within exactly 24 hours of receipt. You then set an internally buffered drafting deadline to manage the response workflow, ensuring the team finishes well before the hard external agency deadline hits. Following a positive agency decision, that application transitions into an approved registration record. Any conditions of that approval, like post-approval commitments, are logged directly inside the new registration record as structured data with strict due dates. You also set up automated staggered renewal alerts, configured at 24, 18, 12, and 6-month intervals to trigger future submission planning. Maintaining exactly one rigorous, data-rich registration record per country gives you the precise visibility needed to prevent lapsed authorizations and protect global market access. Securing the initial approval is just the beginning. The true volume of regulatory operations occurs post-approval, orchestrating thousands of global manufacturing variations over a product's lifecycle. With the automated quality to RIM connection, a change control in Vault Quality instantly generates a structured regulatory change item, or RCI. From that RCI, an impact assessment instantly queries the database, identifying every global registration affected by the manufacturing change. Vault translates that impact assessment into a coordinated set of specific variation activities, automatically tailored to the distinct rules of each affected market. For example, it allows you to bundle European Type A minor changes into a single annual supergrouping to satisfy the new mandatory EU variation regulations. This cross-functional automation eliminates the manual, unstructured email handoff between quality and regulatory teams, which has historically been the primary cause of missed global variations. We can now trace an unbroken, auditable lineage from the initial QMS change control to the regulatory change item, into the content plan, through the eCTD sequence, and finally landing in the updated registration record. To get here, you need to conduct a data quality audit on your existing registrations immediately, specifically targeting missing IDMP product details. Pristine data hygiene today is the non-negotiable prerequisite. It is the only way to survive the eCTD 4.0 transition and successfully deploy future AI regulatory agents.